Okay, this one's a little tricky. Here we have two oxygen atoms. So if we do an oxygen with its 6 valence electrons, it would look something like this. And there's 2 of them. So with that being said, we need to make sure that these dots here are near the other oxygen. So with that being said, I'm going to draw the other oxygen on this side because the dots they're on their left. Now, when I draw the last 2 dots, I want to make sure that they're close to this dot and this dot. So they're going to have to double up over here and over here. And now we're going to draw a bond between these 2. Now, normally we would be done. We'd be like, okay, it's connected. But if you notice, there's another single and another single electron here. So they're actually going to pair up as well. And this is what we're going to call a double bond. It's just 2 bonds between 2 atoms. Now to clean this one up, it's going to be an O with that double bond, looks like an equal sign, and then the other oxygen. Don't forget, we also have to show the electrons. So there's 4 on each of the oxygens. And we draw them at this angle because they want to be as far away from each other as possible. Now you might think, okay, then why don't we draw it like this? Because now they're as far away from each other as possible, right? The reason that we can't draw it that way is these are electrons as well. So these are close to this here. So now if we draw them this way, they are as far away from all of these electrons as possible. And it's actually 120 degrees if you were to kind of think of this as a circle and to cut it into 3. So this angle in the center here for all of them would be 120. All right, that's a little bit heavy, but again, that's why we're drawing it this way. So the final for it is oxygen double bonded to another oxygen with the dots kind of on this angle like that. All right, so that would be our final one for this. This would just be called oxygen gas, and this is what we're breathing, along with some other things. Now, you might have asked, well, how would I know that this is ammonia and like the formula is NH3? You can see that there's an N in here and there's 3 H's, so it kind of makes sense. But ammonia, that's a common molecule, so it's something you should remember. The same thing goes for these back here. Methane is a common molecule. You should remember it. Just like you all probably already know that H2O is water. So these 4, including oxygen, are common molecules that you should just know. When we get into odd things, like for example, these ones here, you're not going to need to know the names for these on this page, but you should know these 4. All right?